While the whole world is looking at what is happening in Myanmar, people trying to see when is the next step, what can we do to help in terms of international community. There are a lot of pressure from a lot of countries with the sanction, condemnation and all that thing. But one thing that former Foreign Minister Surakiart said to Thai PBS World he said that the dialogue has to happen.
Yeah.
I think we hear this sentence before though. I mean,
the dialogues that this issue really needs to be solved, and the only way is to have a dialogue, to have a discussion and find a way out.
Yeah, there is a saying, the war ends with talk or negotiations. So the former Foreign Minister Surakiart urged the Thai military, which is known for its close relationships with Myanmar junta leaders, to take the lead in helping to find ways to end the violence engulfing Myanmar. So he told Thai PBS World in an interview that an additional spatial channel is needed to convince the conflicting parties to sit down for a dialogue. He pointed out the long history of close relationships between the military leaderships of Thailand and Myanmar, putting Thailand in the best position to play a mediating role to end the current violence in the country. Surakiart is currently chairman of the Asian Peace and Reconciliation Council, or APRC, which has issued a statement calling for a peaceful dialogue among all conflicting parties in Myanmar and the release of all political leaders detained since the military coup on February 1st. He admitted that, however, with anti-military protests escalating and casualties mounting, the prospects of a peaceful end to the ongoing crisis in Myanmar are fast dimming, especially after some of the armed ethnic groups have declared they are siding with pro-democracy demonstrators against the military regime.
In my view, violence will not subside if ASEAN doesn't do anything. So I think that ASEAN and diplomacy should be given a chance to play an important role. Thailand is in a very good position to support, but I think Thailand has the best position to do quiet diplomacy via the Thai military. I think the Thai military is very suitable to work on the quiet diplomacy in order to convince Myanmar military to come to the negotiating table.
Right.
And the anti-military protesters in Myanmar also already urged the international community to invoke the so-called responsibility to protect, or R2P doctrine, to end the violence in the country.
And now let's